Hello, and welcome to something a bit different. Huh? I like how as soon as I start streaming, there's a video from PlayStation, but it's not what you're thinking. My eyes look cross-eyed for a second. Oh, right, because I was looking at the webcam screen. I hope you're all doing well, by the way. I'm doing pretty good. I actually had something funny happen earlier while I was brushing my teeth and putting on deodorant. I'll talk about it in a moment. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so before I get onto the subject in the stream, who wants to hear about how skillful I am? So, what happened was, usually around this time at night, I brush my teeth and put on deodorant. I even do this before my live streams because usually my live streams have been 9, push it to 8:30, but I was a little late to that because I was playing Roblox, trying to do a new event for a game. Anyway, so what happened was I was at my sink and I looked over to my left and I saw an empty deodorant stick and I was like, I should probably throw that away. So I tossed it into my trash can. And if you, obviously you would know what a stick of deodorant is, but there's the little plastic bit that you have to take off the thing uh, before you can actually use the deodorant stick. I kid you not, one of those things, as soon as as soon as it as soon as the toilet bowl and landed in the toilet, it's probably the most amusing thing ever. So, in case you're wondering why I was laughing, that's exactly the reason why. It's, it's crap. I can't get over how like okay. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, it's not that funny. It is if you're the one experiencing it, but anyway, um, getting to the subject at hand. Please excuse the giggles throughout the stream. It's because I'm still thinking about what happened. Anyway, so you came to this stream because you want to see information regarding PlayStation Home coming back. Correct? Well, came to the right place. Because, I didn't cover this the moment whenever I got home, but, a viewer of my YouTube channel, I'll see who they are because I forgot their name, but they've commented on my stuff before. Oh, there it is. So there's a YouTube user by the name of Cat Queen Sarah. Very cute name, by the way. And, as it turns out, April 21st this year. You're going to want to remember that because in a moment I'm going to show you why that's so important. Anyway, so you're probably wondering, so what new info is there? Well, why don't we start with EUIPO? Because, as I mentioned, that date I mentioned, April 21st, something happened that day, this year. And, You're probably thinking, wait, what do you mean? So, first of all, I should mention, you're not going to find what I'm talking about here, right? But rather, it's another trademark that has to do with PlayStation Home. There are 3 total trademarks that have to do with PlayStation Home. Technically 4 if you count Soho Engine, which is the new proprietary engine that we're going to talk about shortly. We're going to go to page 2 of this. We're going to go all the way down to, looky here, we got 2 of the trademarks. We have one without a name, which just has the home logo, you know, the house looking symbol. But the one we're going to be looking at is this one right here. 005713102 home. And the reason being is because this is the thing we're looking for. Because, looky here. It got updated about 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was over 2 weeks ago. The reason why that's important is because, well, let's just say that, we're due to hear about new things pretty soon. Now, how about we go on to the other things? Now, I've talked about these people before. PlayStation London Studio. And they have stated that the game they're currently working on is a new IP. As I have stated before, though, is not uncommon to hear about game developers having more than one game that they're currently working on. For example, Insomniac Games is currently working on Wolverine and Spider-Man 2, which is scheduled to release sometime next year. With that in mind, how about we check out our friends at London Studio? You want to keep an eye on this number, 80 Pioneers. Now, something I should mention is that curse you, LinkedIn. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that well, I did say close to 80. But the key thing I'm trying to say is even a team this big, because currently it's sitting at 73 according to LinkedIn. It could be outdated though. It could be outdated information. But one thing I should mention, even a game team that size can still have multiple projects under their belt. The reason why I bring this up is because, as I have stated, these are the original developers of PlayStation Home. You're going to want to remember that because I'm going to be showing you the job listings as they are right now. I'm surprised I've calmed down from that little deodorant thing earlier. So, currently there are 10 job listings. Associate Art Manager, Lead Character Artist, Lead Online Programmer, DevOps Design Lead, Senior Development Support, which if you're unaware of what development support is, it's basically a QA tester, but it's like an evolution of. Basically, you're not just testing out stuff, you're also actively working with them, actively developing alongside them, so you're much more than just testing stuff out. Gameplay animator, self-explanatory. I did mention that what London Studio is working on is a new IP. Well, what if I were to tell you that that's not the only thing? What if I were to tell you that one of the things that they're working on is closer than we think? The reason why I bring this up, and something I had mentioned earlier, is the fact that we're on the cusp of getting something big from Sony relatively soon. By that, I mean that it has been reported that Sony could be having an event next month. I'm not saying for sure, but from what I have heard, it's very much a possibility. It won't happen the same day as the opening day for Summer Games Fest, but from what I have heard, it's going to be the 10th or the 11th, most likely. So, whatever happens, happens. But, anyway, so, yeah. And, by the way, this is, yeah. So, external development. What they mean by that is, it's not necessarily outsourcing, it's more like a collaborative effort with other people. Mainly with, new, no, not new, others, yeah, other studios within Sony and even outside of Sony. So, like, an external company. So, for example, another game company, or in terms of first party, it could be something like. Is the fact that I solemnly believe that these guys are working on more than one thing. Because I get that the team is at 73 members, give or take. But even a team that size can still have more than one project under their belt that they're working on. And not only that, but you have to remember, this constantly says that they're looking at opportunities for collaboration with their sister studios, which means that, there's opportunities for collaboration from other Sony studios to aid in whatever they need. Whether it be, a new level or something like that. Now by level I don't mean like the games they're working on is going to be like, levels like, oh, once you beat this thing you go to this thing and all that stuff. No. Level design in gaming terms just means that, levels are a fantasy. Yeah. There is something in my throat. I don't know what it is. There is something. I was about to say there's some. Oh my god, stop. I hate when that happens. Like, I start talking, and then something in my throat's just like, no! What I was trying to say is level is another way of saying location in a game. It doesn't necessarily have to be like the traditional way you think of a level, where it's like once you beat this level, you go to the next one, and then so on and so forth. What they mean by level design in that case doesn't apply to this. It's talking about the general areas that you go to. So, yeah. But, yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that London Studio could very well have multiple projects that they're working on. Or maybe just two. Because I feel like if they had more than two, it's probably stretching it, because, around 80 people. I don't think that they could squeeze, like, a whole bunch of projects under their belt, because that'd be a long pipeline. At the very least, I'd expect maybe 2 games from them. One of which I know we're going to get pretty soon. The other one I know is going to be further away. But something else to keep in mind so something came up recently where it was reported that Sony was thinking about having ads in free-to-play games. First-party free-to-play games. Now, a lot of people were kind of afraid of that. For me, the first thing that I thought of was PlayStation Home, because it had ads. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but whatever. But here's the thing. So, for one, Sony has, count them, 10 live service games in development that will be shipped. And by shipped, I don't mean like they're going to be arriving on your doorstep. What they typically mean by shipping in this case is just, ready for the masses. It doesn't necessarily have to mean shipped like, oh, it's going to be mailed to your house within 10 days. That's not what they mean. It literally just means that it is ready for people to buy or get. But the reason why I bring up live service games and is that yeah. So this is what I mean. So in PlayStation Home, believe it or not, that was already a thing. Because they had ads for new games for PS3, and as Home got further towards the end of its lifespan on PS3, they would have stuff for PS4. The reason why I bring this up is because I don't think it would be that big a deal. Because all it is just, it says right here, unobtrusive, meaning that it's not going to be something that's going to be, blocking your view or forcing you to do something. It's just, like, as it says here, on a billboard, or maybe you'd be watching a game trailer for something. That would be the ad. And you'll note that it says free to play. PlayStation Home was free to play. And correct me if I'm wrong, but even though technically PlayStation Home was a service, it was still a game, but not in the traditional sense. But something that, and I just now noticed this, Sony reportedly considering putting ads in free-to-play games. Initiative said to be rolling out this year. I came up with a weird theory, and you're probably thinking, what's your theory? What if PlayStation Home comes back this summer? And I was going to get to that, actually. So, Cat Queen Sarah, the viewer I was talking about earlier, she had mentioned that she hopes to hear about PlayStation Home this summer. As luck would have it, right. So, here's the thing. So, something that I would like to mention is Summer Game Fest. And why that's so important is because Summer Game Fest is the byproduct of E3's collapse. I'm just going to say this right now. E3 is dead. As much as I enjoyed E3, especially whenever I did my live coverages, live reactions actually, but you know, it was a dying trend. Slowly but surely, people started pulling out. Sony started doing their own thing. Other people followed, you know. It was a sign of the times, basically. But the reason why I bring this up is because Summer Game Fest, believe it or not, is the replacement for that. It's starting June 9th. And, here's the thing. We have the actual Game Fest right here, June 9th. It's going to be at 1 p.m. That day on June 9th. Which, yes, I'll be doing a live reaction to that. But I want you to take a look at all the partners. 2K, Activision. Please get rid of Bobby Kotick before I blow my fucking brains out. I tend to not use that language very much unless, you know, I'm excited, you know. Amazon Games. Annapurna. So this is here. I should mention, Stray is coming out soon. Yes. Less said about these guys, the better. Please show Mega Man. Don't know what you guys are doing, but hello. EA, monetize everything. Epic Games, they're very epic. Finji. I think those are the developers of, wait, no. Frontier. I'd be confused with Sonic Frontiers. Gearbox, Hi-Rez, Inner Sloth. I'm not gonna make the joke. Koch Media. Mediatonic. Oh yeah, the people that made Fall Guys. The Genshin Impact developers. By the way, yes, I have considered playing that game, and no, I'm not going to be a degenerate. I honestly prefer this logo. I'm not sure if I can forgive these guys for what they're doing to the animation scene. I hope Sonic Prime does well, though, because that looks really good. By the way, if you haven't seen the teaser trailer, I highly recommend it. The voice actor they chose for Sonic is really good. I believe his name is called Devin Mack. Very, very good voice actor. Psionics, you should know them by now. Raw Fury. Raw Fury! I just ruined my vocal cords. Riot Games. It's a riot. I don't know why I made that joke. Saber Interactive. Sega. We're gonna be seeing Sonic Frontiers. Frickin' finally! But, something else. Got our friend Sony here. Yeah. So, Sony hasn't officially announced their event yet, because usually they do that several days in advance. But, you know, yeah. Prime Gaming. Square Enix. Final Fantasy 16. Steam. Tencent Games. The thing. A dying company. Yeah. Anyway, but you know what? I'm gonna say this. I am really, really glad that Jeff Keighley made this. Because, well, yeah, we started this off in a pandemic. And we're basically the sort of endemic, but still kind of in the pandemic stage, but things have calmed down a lot. Where it's like a fairly minimal threat in some places. But I will say this. I feel like this Game Fest is going to be the biggest one yet. Like, no doubt. Yeah, like, I'm just gonna say this. Summer Game Fest is literally the new E3. And it's all thanks to this guy. Jeff Keighley, the master of amazing stuff. Because, don't get me wrong, E3... Pardon the voice crack. Yeah, E3 was fun. Granted, I've never been to E3, but, you know. But you could tell that over the years, things kind of slowed down. Sony stopped having a prominent appearance as of, I want to say 2018, maybe? I don't remember. But, here's the thing. I want you to count. We're going to count how many people are going to be partnered with this. So, these go by rows of 6. So, 6, 12, 18, 21. Wait, no, 24. 30. So 35 partners total. And it could very well grow. But all I'm going to say is this is shaping up to be one hell of an event. Right? I think this is going to be an amazing experience. And whatever happens, happens. Because you might want to mark your calendars, because as of today, although we're currently, Saturday the 7th, which, by the way, tomorrow is Mother's Day, so to all those mothers out there, happy Mother's Day, although it's not quite that date yet, but I hope you'll have a very good day. And to those who have mothers, be sure to spend time with them. I'm sure they would very much appreciate that. Except if they're abusive. If you're in an abusive household, then I'm very sorry for the experience that you had to deal with. And I certainly hope that things look up. But yeah. Anyway, so as of the 9th, it'll be one whole month. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, we'll have basically a full month until then. And I'll tell you this. I've got some big plans for the summer. I can't share it yet because I haven't planned everything, but I am coming up with good ideas. For one, I am planning on getting a new microphone at some point. Yeah. So, all I can say is, I hope you're excited because I am greatly looking forward to not only Summer Game Fest as a whole, which, by the way, wait. Hold on. Right. So, for now, they're just saying June, but it's probably going to last all summer like it has the past other 2 years. But according to this, I was I was looking at the 2021 one, not 2022. I will be also doing Gamescom as well, which will be nice. And it's going to be in person too, which is really cool. Uh, Hello. That is so cool. Um, oh, that looks cool. That Lucario cosplay. Um, but yeah, so right. So what I'm what I am hoping for this upcoming event is that we'll finally hear about it. Because trust me, given all of the implications that have been going on, I think it's about time PlayStation Home came back. It's been long overdue because there is lots, and I mean a lot, of evidence that supports the fact that this is coming back. Alright? So, I'm hoping that this actually will be the case. Wait, what? Oh. Um. So, basically, what I'm trying to get at is I have a good feeling that, and this is just my own personal hunch, but given all of the evidence that we've seen, whether it's the job listings over at London Studio, even though they're related to another game, it's still possible that they could use those resources for home. Because, like I said, a game development team that big, or that small rather, because, close to 80 people in the team, even still, you could have more than one project that you're working on, and it'll still be fine. But if it's more than that, then there's no possible way, because you would have to do one thing, and then when you're done with that, you move on to the other thing. And, but what I will say is, given the fact that Sony is listed as one of the partners for this Summer Game Fest opening event, I feel like whatever Sony is showing off or bringing out, it's not just going to be stuff that is coming out later this year. We could have some very big, and I mean huge, surprises. And given the whole report about, free to play PlayStation games having in game ads on like billboards or TV screens and stuff, I'm starting to feel like that could be spelling PlayStation Home. But in any case, I hope you've enjoyed this. Sorry if this stream is a little shorter than usual. I didn't want it to drag on too much. I just wanted to talk about the new things I've found about PlayStation Home. But in any case, I hope you have a great night or great day, depending on where you are in the world. And like I said, if you celebrate Mother's Day and have a good, healthy relationship with your mother, uh, I wish her all the best, and I wish you all the best as well. But that's where I end the stream. Thank you very much for watching, and until we meet again with possible news, information, whatnot. I have a watchful eye on this stuff, by the way. So anything that pops up regarding PlayStation Home, whether it's the trademarks or anything like that, I am watching it like a hawk. The only reason why I wasn't able to report on it on April the 21st is because I was over at my grandmother's at the time, so I wasn't able to talk about it then. And I wanted to talk about it sooner, but it just kept evading my mind, but eventually I remembered it today, so yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll